everyone. So now we are going to block some URL sites using checkpoint firewall. So what exactly we are going to do is we are creating a policy where we are blocking the some URL sites. Okay, so for that, first of all we have to do some configuration in gateway. So let me show you. For this, first we have to enable the URL filtering blade. Okay, let me show you. Okay, for this now we have to click on, as I've already selected this URL filtering blade, so you have to enable this blade, then only we can add the URL filtering option. So after this we have to come to policy, and here also we have to add the, we have to enable that policy, sorry, we have to enable that blade. For this we have to go to policy and have to right click on this policy, so that we can get option, edit policy option. And now here we have to add the policy. As I'm already added, as you can see, I'm already enabled the application, and URL filtering blade is already enabled. So let me close this. So after this we have to create a new application and URL site object. Okay, so let me create a new object. The object is application and site. So we have to give object name, and here we have to add some URL list, so that we can block them. So I'm already created a URL list. Let me show you. So here it is a URL filtering object. So this object name is URL filtering, and I'm already created this object. I'm already added some URL list. Okay, so the list is a primevideo.com. So any URL with the extension, sorry, with the URL having primevideo.com, if it contains any primevideo.com in the URL, it will going to block. Same for the netflix.com. So here is also category for selecting the policy. So let me do not change anything. Okay, so now we have to publish this. Okay, and one more thing, we have to enable this policy also. We have to create a policy where we should access internet. Okay, I'm already created a policy where I'm the source is the internal network, and the destination could be anything, because we are using URL filtering. So the action is drop, and we have to create a log for this. And because I want log against this URL filtering, so that we can analyze whether our policies are made correct or not. So let me install this policy on my gateway. So I'm having only one gateway, and the policy name is standard. So let me install this policy. Let me install this policy on the gateway. Because I'm having only one gateway, it show this is giving notification that I'm going to overwrite on this policy. Okay, because standard clone policy is already installed on this gateway, so I'm overwriting only standard policy. So okay, it is installing. So by till that time I'm going to open my Windows internal machine. So this is my internal machine. So from here I'm going to access the those site which I'm blocking. Here from here I'm going to access those URL websites which I have blocked. Okay, let me try to access Prime Video, because I have already blocked, right? So let me try to access whether it's provide access or not. See, here we cannot access the primevideo.com because I already blocked this URL in this list, this policy. So let me try to access YouTube, because I'm not blocked that one. Let me try to access. As you can see, I can access the YouTube because I am not created any policy against it, so that it will be get blocked. Okay, as you can see, I am able to access the YouTube. So let us see what are the exactly logs we are going to get on this policy. Okay. So here are the logs. Let me refresh it and let me see what exactly the logs are saying. So in this main thing is the enabling the policy where we should access the internet. Okay, because if we are not having any policy for internal network which will going to access the outside network, then we will go, then there is will no use for this URL filtering. So first we have to create a rule where we are enabling our internal machines to access the external devices. Okay, let me remove this filter, that's why it's taking that much time. Let me refresh it. Okay, so as you can see, the source is host 30.100, and let me see block content. Okay, okay, let me use blade URL filtering option. Okay, so here it is the policy log, sorry, here it is the log which is blocking the internet, sorry, which is blocking the URL prime video. So as the source is from our device, internal device, and destination. So let me see why it is blocked. Because policy standard is there, that means access rule name is blocking. Okay, so this is the hitting the, let me show you match rules. So this is the rule which is blocking, and we have created a rule where it should be get blocked for those URL list. Okay, I'm created a URL list for the prime videos, as you can see. So I tried to access this prime video, so that's why it blocked. The application layer is blocked using URL filtering. Okay, so by this we can provide security from the URLs which are which are having malicious content. Okay, that's all about URL filter blocking.